Hello and welcome to 84 TV Radio weekly review of top stories, reaching you from Abuja, the Nigerian capital. I am Jessica Ochai. Earlier in the week, we brought you a report on the lingering dichotomy between equivalent qualifications in focus. Despite official position, the disparity in treatment of holders of equivalent educational qualifications remains a thorny issue within Nigeria's job circle. Higher national diploma holders are still considered a support of subordinate capacity as opposed to degree holders who enjoy the status of full staff in employment conditions. Salary difference is also a huge concern. 84 TV Radio steps out of the public space to gauge the pulse of some Nigerians on this issue. The report.
In Nigeria, higher national diploma is a continuation of a national diploma, equivalent to associate degree program. Both are offered by polytechnics. At the completion of a higher national diploma program, the graduate would have spent 4 to 5 years. Bachelor's degree awarded for university program also lasts 3 to 5 years. Both levels of education are officially rated equivalent. Holders of HND qualification seem relegated to the background as regards employment opportunities, emoluments, and job advancement at the workplace. This noticeable dichotomy between HND and BSc holders has generated lingering discontent in concerned circles, especially among those affected. Some herald the views as strong that this situation negates value and resourcefulness.
For me, it's not really about the kind of certificate you have. It's about the value you bring to whatever you're working at. Be it BSc, be it HND, or university degree, it's about the value, the skill you're bringing to the company. If somebody who has a diploma, for example, brings valuable skill to my organization, I'm not going to look at, this other person has a BSc and it's not bringing much value to my organization. Every organization should be result-oriented. If somebody who has a HND is doing more than somebody who has a BSc, it shouldn't be what kind of certificate. It should be the value, the skill that the person is bringing in.
I think payment should not be on the basis of certificate or qualification or on the basis of where you school. It should be on the basis of how productive you are, how good you are at the job. You see, I think that's the major problem we have in this country. Many people are not paid by the kind of job they do, how long they work, how productive they are, and how good they are. I think it's high time we give attention to that and not just certificate or so-called qualifications.
Many hold the views that pay disparity should be removed, allowing for a more equitable structure.
I think the issue of payment in regards to a BSc holder and HND holder in government parastatal should be same. But in private sector, I think it should be depending on the nature of job, the area of specialty, who knows what to do, who is doing the job. Such reward could come on let's say effort basis, the level of specialization or the person's professionalism or technical know-how, the application of the person in the job. So I think that's my perspective. They shouldn't be paid less.
Some opine that where differentials should prevail, it should be in favor of HND holders.
They should earn better than the BSc man because they spend 5 years for an average course. The BSc holders, most of them spend 4 years without any serious industrial attachment to it. So the HND holder has more experience before graduation and after graduation, because his is more like a practical experience, while the BSc holder is a paper tiger. A good example: somebody who graduates from the polytechnic or who is an HND holder can dismantle this your camera or this or this and fix it. Whereas the man who has a BSc will start to first of all go and get a manual and try to look at the manual before fixing it. So in my opinion, the HND holder has a better experience and is better qualified than the BSc holder.
The Higher National Diploma Holders Association of Nigeria, headed by Comrade Sebastian Onyema Obi, is at forefront of the groundswell of advocacy to ensure a balanced treatment of both qualifications to eliminate perceived dichotomy between HND and BSc holders. The Nigerian federal government had in June 2006 set up a white paper drafting committee on the consolidation of emoluments in the public sector to end the dichotomy. The committee, made up of 17 members, was chaired by Malam Nasir El-Rufai, then Minister of FCT, with other members that includes Rabi Okonkwoso, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, Ahmed Al-Ghazali, and Esther Usman, among other personalities. The committee submitted the white paper recommending that government accept that the undue dichotomy and ceiling on the salary grade level rank attainable by HND holders should be removed. Alex Emmanuel, AD4 TV Radio, Abuja.
Also within the week, we brought you a report on the first person to receive Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine. This person happens to be Margaret Keenan from Northern Ireland. She became the first person in the world to receive the Pfizer-BioNTech COVID vaccine outside trial conditions, marking the start of UK's mass vaccination program. AD4 TV Radio in this report reviews this milestone event, which marks a turning point in the race to find a cure for the phenomenal coronavirus.
In the wake of the vaccination program, Margaret Keenan, a 90-year-old woman, is the first person globally to receive the introductory 2 planned jabs of the Pfizer-BioNTech COVID vaccine outside trial condition. Keenan received her vaccines shots from Nurse May Persons just after 6:30 a.m. local time at Coventry Hospital outside Birmingham. Pfizer, an American multinational pharmaceutical corporation, is the main driver of this groundbreaking feat. Ranked 57th by revenue on the 2018 Fortune 500 list of large U.S. corporations, Pfizer is one of the world's largest pharmaceutical companies. The pharmaceutical giant has been involved with a wide range of medical deliverables over the years. However, a wave of public health controversies have often trailed the company. In Nigeria, deep burning issues surrounded what was considered the company's suspicious medical activities in 1996, when parts of the country had outbreaks of cholera, measles, and meningitis. Pfizer was alleged to have been culpable in its activity as a contract research organization. The company had set up and conducted clinical trials in Kano, a major trading and political hub in northwest Nigeria. The drug was administered on approximately 200 children, and more than 50 of them allegedly died from the experiment. Many others allegedly developed mental and physical deformity from that experiment that went sour. Even its COVID-19 vaccine is raising concerns in some circles over some of the chemical content of the vaccine that is feared as having the negative potentials of altering human DNA, in addition to abridging personal freedom in procreation. However, the Pfizer coronavirus vaccine seemed to be attracting some bit of optimism, with the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson being among the earliest in the pack to speak positively about the vaccine. Boris, who had narrowly survived the serious bout of the virus in the spring, took to his Twitter handle to thank the health workers of the UK's National Health Service and scientists who worked hard to develop the vaccine. Around 800,000 doses were put out at the start of the immunization program in England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland Tuesday. The doses are only a fraction of what is needed across a world confounded by the coronavirus. Preliminary targets set is for some 25 million people to access the vaccine in the first phase of the vaccination program, which gives first priority to those at the highest risks. Amongst countries in line that are expected to approve the vaccine in the coming week, while cautiously watching the turn of events are Canada, USA, Russia, and China. No African country has yet made any significant comment on approval or lack of it for the widespread use of the vaccine. Alex Emmanuel, AD4 TV Radio, Abuja.
We take a break now. More weekly stories when we return. Please stay with us.
AD4 TV Radio, we focus on education with emphasis on research and innovation, science and technology, women and girl-child education, children, health, youth and sports, socio-political and economic reforms, security, environment, entrepreneurship, and entertainment. We'll give you information at your fingertips. Learn on the go. Follow AD4 TV Radio on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. AD4 TV Radio, reliable and credible.
We love you, AD4 TV Radio.
Welcome back. Within the week, we took a look at the striking balance between educational content and infrastructure. Vice-Chancellor of University of Abuja, Professor Abdul Rashid Na'ala, has emphasized the need to improve content to suit infrastructural developments in Nigerian education sector. This trajectory should also apply to governance issues. The Vice-Chancellor, whose institution is a beneficiary of the TET Fund 12 billion naira grant for the establishment of the TET Fund Centers of Excellence, frowned at the poor research habits of Nigerian institutions.
The problem is that we do not do research in this country. I mean, look at our medicine. What is happening? People are being killed every day because our medical personnel don't do much research. You know, people depend on experience, and that is the content. You know, finding out what do you do, how do you change it, what is the new method to get some, you know, healing done. The same thing with the issue of governance and leadership. Every day, our problem is not because we don't have structures. It's about the content of our structures and the way we implement this content. And research is really the way out. And research excellence, therefore, gives us opportunity for every university to look at content, to develop research, to develop strategies, to develop methods, to begin to implement, to train people.
Professor Na'ala also outlined the key areas in which the University of Abuja will add value towards developing Nigeria's knowledge economy and public governance.
Well, by developing content, by making this work, by ensuring that young people understand that you must create an economy that can sustain Nigeria. Poverty is not, you know, is not a permanent feature in anywhere in the world. It's the way you make of it. What do we make of taking people out of poverty? What is the whole essence of leadership? Isn't leadership about development? Why do we still have a road from Womashaw to Oyo in Nigeria that is killing people every day? Why do we still have people kidnapping and causing crisis? How is it that Nigeria we have, you know, people still going hunger? Our agriculture does not feed the nation. What is the content of our agriculture? What is the content of our development? So I spoke about medicine. Every area, you know, the whole human economy that people talk about is about the really content of it, because survival is number one. You know, when you provide shelter, when you provide, you know, food, you know, when you provide education, those are the content. Without that, no nation makes it. So I think this is just another opportunity that the University of Abuja, the Great University of Nigeria, University for National Unity, that is the opportunity we have. And that is the opportunity every university that has the Center of Excellence has to make difference for this nation.
In this week's review, the National Human Rights Commission, NHRC, called for a stop to all forms of discrimination, inequalities, and human rights abuses. The Commission's stance comes as projection into a post-COVID-19 recovery effort towards achieving the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. Executive Secretary of the Commission, Tony Ojukwu, made the call in commemoration of the International Human Rights Day, observed 10th of December yearly. He reiterated that equality and non-discrimination are core requirements for post-COVID-19 recoveries, adding that the crisis generated by the pandemic was fueled by deep poverty, rising inequalities, structural and entrenched discrimination, all of which are part of the gaps in human rights protection.
We must end sexual and gender-based violence and create an environment where every segment of society, especially women, boys and girls, have equal opportunity to realize their full potentials in dignity and contribute equally to national development. We must uphold the rule of law and justice and create an egalitarian society where there is respect for the judiciary and law enforcement agents must abhor brutality and impunity and become agents for protection rather than repression of citizens and their rights. We must grow and promote responsible leadership that is built on sacrifice for national development and focused on sustainable and enduring legal policy and administrative reforms. As we celebrate the 2020 International Human Rights Day, the Commission enjoins all stakeholders to make concerted efforts to join the rest of the world in doing the following. We must end discrimination of any kind. We must end structural discrimination, ethnicity, nepotism, hatred, and intolerance, which have fueled the COVID-19 crisis.
Remember, coronavirus is real. Ensure you wash your hands regularly. Use alcohol-based hand sanitizers. Wear your masks besides maintaining social distancing. And that's it for our weekly review. You can join the conversation on our website at www.84tvradio.com. Please follow us on our social media platforms at 84TV Radio on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel at 84TV Radio. Thanks for watching. I am Jessica Ochai.